Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10, powered by Kar Dekho.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan is collapsing. The country is in shambles. Imran is in trouble. They mortgaged their roads. But just when you thought they couldn't stoop any lower, the terror state appointed an effective terror supporter jihadist as their envoy to America. America has paused his entry. Imran Khan is left red-faced. Really, can there be anything more embarrassing? With the Pakistanis, you never know. Let's debate.
The United States has paused Masood Khan's entry as the next ambassador from Pakistan to the country.
Pakistan has always sought to hide its terror links behind the subterfuge of non-state actors. But then the appointment of Masood Khan as Pak ambassador to Washington, D.C., someone who has at various points in time earlier and often supported proscribed terror organizations like the Hizbul Mujahideen or even convicted terrorists like Afia Siddiqui, exposes the direct hand in the till of Pakistani deep state when it comes to supporting, sponsoring terrorism globally.
The terror state should have known what is coming when they appointed a jihadist as their envoy to America. Imran Khan is still waiting for a call from Joe Biden. The US has already said ties with Pakistan are under review.
What we are looking at, what we have to look at, is an insistence that every country, to include Pakistan, make good on the expectations that the international community has of what is required.
The United States Vice President categorically raised the issue of Pakistani terrorism with Prime Minister Modi.
Prime Minister, I look forward to discussing how our nations can continue to best work together to strengthen our relationship around our mutual concerns, around the challenges we face, but the opportunities that those challenges also present.
And just when you thought things couldn't get more humiliating for a country whose Prime Minister was left stranded to take a metro to the Pakistan envoy's house, they just did. Pakistan's jihadist envoy has been rejected. Pakistan is a global pariah.
Abdul Samad Yaqub, I want to begin with you. Can you please tell all of us and welcome Brigadier Haris Nawaz and Omar Altaf, Captain Alok Bansal of the India Foundation, Gaurav Arya and Shazia Elmi, National Spokesperson of the BJP. Can you begin by telling us, why did you appoint a jihadist as your ambassador? I mean, it is a great shame that your nominee for ambassador is a jihadist. First of all, we're surprised. We're actually shocked. Now, this man, you actually want to make a man who is a supporter of the Harkatul Mujahideen an ambassador. You didn't get anyone else. You didn't find anyone else. Can you hear me? You couldn't find anyone else. Mr. Yaqub.
You don't have any, Arnab, you don't have any right to ask me that who we appoint and who we do not appoint. I mean, it is our discretionary power that who we appoint, okay? And secondly, I was hearing on your watching news that it's the most embarrassing moment for Pakistan. The real embarrassment is, which is faced by India, who's India's Deputy Consul General, Devyani, you might have heard her name, who was arrested in New York. He was handcuffed in public and was sent to the behind the bars on the alleged visa fraud. and then repatriated to India. This should be the most embarrassing moment for you, rather than asking.
Okay, tell me one thing. Tell me, Mr. Yaqub, this gentleman, actually, how can I call him a gentleman, Shazia? This man, Masood Khan, who is a terrorist supporter, right? He praises the Hizbul Mujahideen and he wants to support jihadists. And he says that Hizbul Mujahideen should not be sanctioned. You wanted to make him ambassador to the United States of America. You didn't get anyone else or what? You couldn't, I'm asking you again, you couldn't find anyone else.
Not a terrorist sympathizer, but a freedom fighter's sympathizer. Let me correct you.
Now he openly speaks the terrorist language. You see now, look, now he'll reveal himself.
And the one who was a permanent envoy to United Nations, and the former president of the Azad Kashmir, and then he was the former spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
No, but you realize that do you realize that? Do you realize? Okay, can I get a quick response from Shazia? Shazia, he's very close to and works closely with the Harkatul Mujahideen founder, and the Harkatul Mujahideen is an America designated foreign terrorist organization. Are they out of their mind that they thought that a person with links to a foreign terrorist organization will become ambassador to the United States, and what will they do? इनको जाने को नहीं है अभी कहीं, ये फंस गए इधर. Yes, बहुत बड़ी उलझन है इनकी, Shazia.
I think
they're in big trouble.
It's very humiliating. I think it's very humiliating for them. But
very humiliating.
The fact of the matter is, not only is it a very damning indictment of Pakistan's credibility, but the fact that they're not even trying to cover up.
No.
Their open support for terrorism, terrorist activity. So that itself makes you wonder that they don't just want to be called out. They want to be known as a terrorist state, a state that supports terror, because we know the credentials or the lack of them where this man is concerned. And the fact of the matter is he's openly supported the likes of Burhan Wani. Whether it's the Mumbai terror attacks, he has actually supported Harkat Mujahideen. And not just that, the fact of the matter is that congressmen have to write letters. So not only the letter itself says, which has been written to Joe Biden's government, that this man is for the terrorists and is terror sympathizer. But the fact is that he is being hailed and he is the ambassador designate. So I don't know the image.
They'll have to take it back now, I think.
Pakistan wants to create.
Shazia, they'll have to. They can't. The thing is, America will not accept him. What will they do with him? What will they do with him, Gaurav? What will they do with him now that America is going to reject him? What will they do with him?
Yeah. Arnab, I just wanted to come in for a minute.
Yeah, Gaurav.
I just wanted to say one thing, Arnab. You asked 2-3 times.
Yeah.
Aapne bola, don't they have anybody else? Is there nobody else? Arnab, the fact of the matter is actually there is nobody else. Now, Abdul Samad Yaqub is a very nice guy, very decent human being. Even he gets all riled up when you mention Kashmir.
Yeah, he gets worked up.
You see, even the most decent Pakistani will, Al-Jihad and Mujahideen and freedom fight, they get all crazy when you mention this. And normal guys,
they behave strangely,
for a cup of coffee. They get totally crazy when you mention Kashmir.
Yeah, they lose it.
And there you have it. So Arnab, I rest my case.
मेरे साहब एक और बात बताऊं आपको. We had a foreign minister named Hina Rabbani Khair. She strongly condemned the hanging of Afzal Guru. Now, what would you say?
What do you say?
She condemned it. She condemned the hanging of Afzal Guru.
How does it matter?
How does it matter?
How does your foreign minister matter? How does your foreign minister matter? She can condemn whatever she wants. Afzal Guru is dead.
Yeah.
He was hanged. End of story. क्या करोगे आप?
देखिए
क्या बात कर रहे हैं नहीं अभी आप इसका क्या करेंगे? Now tell me, Mr. Yaqub, tell me seriously, what will you do? You see, it's a situation for you. आप देखिए, I'll tell you one thing. आप जितना गुस्सा कर लें, आप जितना अपना गुस्सा निकाल लें, ये कहे वो कहे, fact of the matter is your situation today, you know, your situation जो जिस situation में आपका country है, अगर इसको country बोला जाए, आपके रास्ते गिरवी हो गए. वो लाहौर इस्लामाबाद road was put on mortgage last week. I couldn't believe it. Their roads are mortgaged. They have nothing to do. America is saying, get lost to this man. They want to make an ambassador. They have two choices, therefore. No, but they have said it. They put it on hold. They put it on hold. So tell me one thing. Suppose America says, Mr. Yaqub, that we will not accept, we have rejected this Masood Khan because he's a terrorist. What will you do? You'll be able to afford the flight to bring him back to Islamabad or not? You'll be able to afford the flight to bring him back or not?
See, what is the standard procedure?
Standard policy?
The standard procedure.
You have sent a terrorist to America. What is standard policy there?
Whenever envoy is appointed by any country, the receiving country, it's a discretionary power of the receiving country who either approve it or refuse it.
Yeah.
There was a brigadier,
look at your situation. आप बोल भी नहीं पा रहे आज, याकूब जी. You are not even being able to speak properly today because you are very embarrassed. आपको शर्म आ रही है आज. You are feeling embarrassed. I understand.
आपका कोई नॉमिनेट मैं एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता, आप क्या करेंगे?
Let me speak.
Yes, Brigadier.
Let me speak. I think, yes, Arnab, the point is, he is the most illustrious diplomat retired.
Yeah, but he's been rejected because he's a terrorist.
He has so what rejected? Because we
so what rejected?
America's boot.
America has rejected him. Do you know that?
No, America is rejected. So what? We'll see what happens.
So what?
An ambassador is supposed to be a diplomat, not a terrorist, sir. Sir, an ambassador is supposed to be a diplomat, not a terrorist.
Kashmiri's point in best form. He is the right person to understand that she is a Kashmiri.
But you can say whatever.
What is being done on occupied Kashmir.
Brigadier?
So he is going to talk it out to the whole world what India is doing
now
in
the
Kashmir.
Whole facade
that is why
of
you
this
people have influenced
Kashmir
Otherwise, you people are licking America's boot, and that's why they are accepting you all these things.
No.
Otherwise, he has been.
We are not taking. You have been the one who have been dependent on their aid. You have actually survived taking loans from IMF.
He is the president of Pakistan.
How many times have you taken loans from IMF?
You don't know anything. You people just
how many times have you taken loan from IMF?
To hurt Pakistan.
Who controls IMF?
We are not pushed. America
today only Imran Khan has said that we won't borrow. Now
he is the most suited
Russia,
person for
Kazakhstan and China.
He is a Kashmiri.
Hasn't your Prime Minister
he
said
understands
this
what
today?
the hell you people are doing with Kashmiri. You people are causing atrocities on Kashmiri, and now is the time Mr. Masood will go and tell to the world and to the dirty nation. He will tell your American public what India is causing atrocities in India.
What is this so-called autonomy? What is
you
this
people are worried. Why you are worried? What is the problem with you?
I'm not.
We are not worried. The whole world is worried. Why has US rejected
You don't know what he's talking about it.
No,
he is the best
Why has
Kashmiri.
US rejected
He
him?
is a Kashmiri. He understands what India is doing in Kashmir, and that is what he's going to tell to the world.
You first of all,
that's what
he will go and tell to the American public, but what India is doing in Kashmir, occupied Kashmir, how you're causing atrocities.
Who has accepted
all
the United States of America
fighting in Kashmir are the freedom fighters. We support them morally, we support them diplomatically. They are the right person. We support that they are the freedom fighters, and all freedom fighters in occupied Kashmir.
Okay, Brigadier Haris Nawaz. Brigadier Haris Nawaz, I'll tell you. Brigadier Nawaz, first of all, and may I respond to you? I'll respond to you. You know, first get one thing out of your head. You support. Are bhai, you cannot support yourself. You have sold your roads. आप किसको support करोगे? I support. You said diplomatic support. Do you know that you have not paid your diplomats for 3 months? You know all Pakistani diplomats have not been paid their salary for the last 2 months. Who are you to support anyone? Your roads are sold, you have no money left. Every 15 days you go and take a loan, then you can't pay the interest. How can you support anyone? First of all, nobody needs your support, okay? Nobody needs your support. Now question to you is, listen, there's a situation we have here. The situation is this. There is a man they sent to America. And they said, you become the envoy. America found out this man is a terrorist supporter. They told the Pakistanis.
Don't care for America. Why do you talk about America?
Because you sent him as envoy to America. Because you sent him as envoy to America.
Because he's the best choice for us.
No, but they have rejected your choice. Now you send him back. No, usko bitha ke kyun rakha hai?
No, we will see what will happen. Let them.
What do you mean see what will happen? The man is sitting there. Don't you have any shame?
Who's caught Perry?
Every day America is saying we don't want him. Aapne bitha ke rakha hai wahan pe.
It is shame on you, your country, because you people are killing innocent Kashmiri women.
Why don't you understand?
And you are blinding them with a pellet gun.
Gaurav, why is he not understanding? Yeah. How can you be so, why don't you understand here? This is a man who has links to Osama bin Laden's aide, Fazlur Rahman Khalil. He is calling, you understand one thing, that you can't... Yes, Omar, what is your problem now? What is your problem?
Arnab, I don't have a problem now that you have invited me. You should let me speak and conduct this discourse in a civilized manner. Please allow me 2 minutes.
Saying one question to you. No, before you give your speech, one question to you, Omar. See, Omar, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, I can understand. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. America is saying, we are not going to let him become. You are insisting, Hardin, every morning he goes with his application. Every morning the Americans throw him back. Every morning, don't you have any shame? If he stays anymore, he's going to be arrested,
Let me respond. Now,
Omar, don't do this to yourself. Apne aap ki apni बेइज्जती मत कराइए, please.
Can't you frame a question?
I mean, don't get yourself insulted. Frame a question. You've sent a terrorist. America has rejected him, and the whole world is laughing at you. You're refusing to take him back.
Arnab, you would see that America would have to accept his nomination.
Why?
It would happen in a few days.
Why?
You would see, and you would be licking your wounds. What's your problem with Masood Khan? Every Pakistani considers Burhan Wani to be a freedom fighter.
There they go.
Anyone fighting against the death squads of Indian Army is a freedom fighter.
But you have nothing to eat. You have sold your roads. You can't pay your interest.
That's absolutely not true. There is more poverty in India than in Pakistan. But you are oblivious to that. Arnab, do you know that your Prime Minister wasn't allowed to set foot in India?
You see, the problem is with your mindset. Your mindset, even in this situation, is not changing. Why don't you understand? The Harkatul Mujahideen, what you're saying is, you're telling the world that Harkatul Mujahideen, responsible for the IC-814 hijack, should be accepted by the world as an NGO. America is telling you, no, they are terrorist organization. You change your mindset.
Would soon be cleared by the US State Department.
But why do you want to humiliate yourself, Omar? Tell me one thing. Kya maza aata hai aapko?
Khan would be Pakistan's ambassador to the US. His nomination would be cleared in a few days.
He won't be. What will every morning you send him with the application?
You would be. He would be. You can call me on the debate in a few days' time and we would see.
Gaurav, they don't get the message.
Pakistan is not going to change.
You send him to China, no? You send him to China, no?
It's Masood Khan who would...
Why don't you send him to China?
Ambassador of Pakistan in Washington.
Arnab, I just want to say something if Omar Altaf will permit me.
We sent him to the UN as well. And we made him the president of Azad Kashmir as well.
Yeah, sure. Now listen to me, please. Yeah, Omar Altaf, देखो ना, पाकिस्तानियों का एक फंडा है. इज्जत आने जाने वाली चीज है, उसको सीरियसली नहीं लेना चाहिए.
ब्रिगेडियर हैरिस नवाज,
आप कह रहे हैं कि क्या होगा? मैं आपको बताता हूं क्या होगा. ये मसूद खान ये फट जाएगा किसी शॉपिंग मॉल में अमेरिका में.
Arnab,
he is a terrorist. I'm telling you. Okay, एक और चीज. Brigadier Harris Nawaz sir, listen to me.
Indian Prime Minister.
Please listen to me.
Prime Minister.
Please listen to me.
Defense Minister.
See, listen. एक मिनट. नहीं. See, Brigadier Harris Nawaz. If you call freedom fighters the terrorists who are in Kashmir, जो बलोच आपको पिछले हफ्ते जिन बलोच ने 14 पाकिस्तानी फौजी ठोक दिए थे, वो कौन है? वो कौन? अरे forget us, there is nothing called Azad Kashmir. Who are the baloch who killed your people? Who are the baloch who killed your people? Who are the baloch who killed your people? जो बलोचों ने पाकिस्तानी फौजी को मारा था, कौन थे? Who are the baloch who killed your people? Who are the baloch who killed your people? Who are the Baloch who killed your people?
What is the authority of court?
Brigadier Harris Nawaz? Brigadier Harris Nawaz?
Major.
नहीं, Brigadier साहब नहीं, आप जो आपके पाकिस्तानी फौजी मारे थे, वो बलोच कौन है? Call them freedom fighters. बोलो freedom fighter है वो. Brigadier Harris Nawaz आप बोलो freedom fighter है वो. बोलो बलोच freedom fighter है. जिन्होंने 14 पाकिस्तानी फौजी मारे थे पिछले हफ्ते, बोलो फ्रीडम फाइटर है वो. बोलो फ्रीडम फाइटर है वो. आप बोलो फ्रीडम फाइटर है वो. बलोच फ्रीडम फाइटर है. बलोचिस्तान वाले फ्रीडम फाइटर है. घुस के मार रहे हैं रोज. यहाँ पे इंडियन टेलीविजन पे बड़ी बातें करते हो सर. कुछ तो शर्म कर लो प्लीज सर. हैव सम शेम सर. हैव सम शेम सर. They are slaughtering your soldiers every day. Baloch freedom fighters are killing your soldiers every day. Have some shame.
And then you gave me a third.
Have some shame, sir. Have some shame. Have some shame, sir. Brigadier Saab, have some shame. The Baloch are killing your soldiers every day. आपके कैंप में घुस के.
But they have no. But you are Gaurav. You are asking them for shame. I want to tell you one thing. I'll tell you what they are good at.
You see,
I'll tell you a fact. I'll tell you a fact. I'll tell you a fact. See,
I mean, it's shocking that they don't even want to keep the pretense alive. The fact of the matter is that they don't want to keep the pretense alive of having some sort of diplomat there. So there's no pretenses either, right? They are openly supporting and sending not a peace envoy but a terror sympathizer there as a diplomat. So it is fairly shocking and alarming to me that these people who have such an inferiority complex about themselves, they have been reduced to such a pitiable condition that they not only support terror, but they actually find it as something totally normal. And this is the idea of diplomacy. I am shocked to know that Brigadier Harris and people like him are okay with it.
Brigadier Harris Nawaz, according Brigadier Harris Nawaz, listen, Brigadier Nawaz, see, I have no problems. You see, the thing is who you appoint, where is your problem. Listen to me. Mr. Abdul Samad Yaqub said, what is your problem? I don't have a problem. Yes. Listen to me. Your Prime Minister has called Osama bin Laden a martyr. I don't have a problem. Your official at the ICJ, Khawar Qureshi, could not even open his mouth for 90 minutes. In the time allotted to him in the Kulbhushan Jadhav case, I have no problem. Your what's her name? Malia Lodi. She uses fake pictures. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm giving it back to you. Listen to me. Malia Lodi uses a fake picture at the UN, embarrasses your country. I don't have a problem. 1 minute. You know Shazia? What is this man? That former army chief? What is that fellow?
That's right.
Bajwa runs a pizza business. There are reports that in 2002, his family opened a Papa John's pizza outlet. It's a Papa John's pizza outlet. I don't have a problem. Appoint what you want. But please save your shame. Already Biden has called for a review of ties with Pakistan. Kamala Harris is telling you to act. But I'm telling you, why do you want to get yourself humiliated internationally by sending a terrorist who every morning goes with his application, every day comes back rejected?
जब हो जाए तो बता दिएगा.
नहीं हो जाए क्या भाई? You need America. You can't live without America. Let me be straight with you. You can't live without America. You can't live without the Americans. Do you understand that? Chinese have anyway told you to take a walk. You need the Americans. So don't act all unaffected tonight.
Sponsoring your foreign service.
शाजिया को भी जरा बता दूं. शाजिया जी आपकी डिप्टी काउंसिल जब निकाली गई वहां से अरेस्ट हुई, एक सेकंड, आपका रिएक्शन क्या था? मैं इंडिया का रिएक्शन क्या था? आपका रिएक्शन था कि आपके एम्बेसडर की बात कर रहे हैं. अमेरिकन एम्बेसी
हम बिल्कुल आप बात को टालने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं क्योंकि आपको थोड़ी शर्म आ रही है भाई साहब, आपको थोड़ी शर्म आ रही है. आप बताइए आप क्यों जवाब नहीं देना चाह रहे हैं? क्या ऐसा हो गया है कि हरकतुल मुजाहिदीन बाकायदा आपके फॉरेन ऑफिस के और एम्बेसडर्स के पैसे भी दे रहा है, सैलरीज भी पे कर रहा है कि आपको मजबूरन उनके ही भेजे वाले नुमाइंदों को भेजना पड़ रहा है।
Why did you send a Harkatul Mujahideen? Very good question. Why did you send a Harkatul Mujahideen representative to be your ambassador to the USA? Please tell me. No, 1 second. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'll tell you. Okay. One question.
I want to know, are things so
Mr.
tough
Yaqub,
on
you have
you?
to answer that.
मेजर साहब से एक बात
नहीं, आप शाजिया का जवाब दीजिए पहले। मेजर साहब तो उसके बाद आएंगे। शाजिया ने सवाल पूछा आपको, आप जवाब दीजिए ना। हरकतुल मुजाहिदीन के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को आपने एम्बेसडर बनाने की कोशिश क्यों की?
देखिए वो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट था। मेजर साहब
He can't answer your question,
I understand there is a huge issue with your coffers, with your deficit and your economy. But you cannot have Harkatul Mujahideen sponsor your foreign service. I mean, that is a bit much, you know. And be called and talk about sovereignty. ये मतलब काफी
मैं मेजर साहब से एक चीज पूछना चाहता हूं। मेजर साहब ने ब्रिगेडियर आरएस नवाज को कहा कि क्या आप उनको फ्रीडम फाइटर कहते हैं जो बलोची है? मैं मेजर साहब से पूछता हूं कि मेजर साहब जंदुल्ला जो ईरान के खिलाफ ईरान में लड़ रही है, आप उसको फ्रीडम फाइटर कहते हैं जो वहां की बलोचिस्तान को आजाद कराना चाहती है, जो बलोच का एरिया है? आप जंदुल्ला को फ्रीडम फाइटर कहेंगे?
आप मुझे बताइए, आप किसको फ्रीडम फाइटर बोलेंगे? आप बहुत कंफ्यूज हैं। आप इस्लाम की बात करते हैं, आप किसको फ्रीडम फाइटर बोलेंगे? आप हमास को बोलेंगे कि आप आईसिस को बोलेंगे कि आप हिजबुल्लाह को?
याकूब साहब मैं जवाब दूं? शाजिया allow me to respond. Allow me. जी एक मिनट मैं बताता हूं।
नहीं, आप मेरा जवाब नहीं दे पाएंगे। अगर आप इस्लाम को बुनियाद बना रहे हैं तो हमास को आप बोलेंगे कि आप आईसिस को बोलेंगे? नहीं, आप बताइए कि आप
याकूब साहब मैं सवाल का जवाब दूं?
आप इतने
याकूब साहब आपकी जवाब
और पूरी सोच के तहत इतने ज्यादा
actually there is too much of this thing.
Okay, one minute. Let Gaurav respond. Mr. Yaqub, you asked a question. No, Gaurav is going to give you a reply. आप शांति से सुनिए, बोलिए।
जी, आपने मुझसे ये पूछा कि जो जुंदुला वाले हैं जो अटैक करते हैं, जो ईरान के बलूचिस्तान को फ्री करना चाहते हैं, आप उनको क्या बोलेंगे? मैं उनको ये बोलूंगा कि ईरानी मरे या जुंदुल्ला वाले, मुझे 2 रुपए का फर्क नहीं पड़ता। जो पाकिस्तान को ठोक रहा है वो मेरे लिए हीरो है। बलोच मेरे लिए हीरो है क्योंकि रोज तुम्हें ठोकते हैं।
आपने जवाब नहीं दिया, आपने उनको दहशतगर्द कहना कि
मैंने सुनिए
इतने सा पूछा था। आप किसको कहेंगे? फ्रीडम फाइटर के दहशतगर्द जंदुल्ला को?
मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
आप नहीं कह रहे ना, आप जवाब नहीं देंगे ना, आप जवाब देना।
नहीं, क्यों जवाब क्यों दे भाई? वो जुंदुल्ला पाकिस्तान को ठोक रहा है। अगर पाकिस्तान को ठोक रहा है तो फ्रीडम फाइटर है
कहते हैं। आप फ्रीडम फाइटर कहते हैं।
जो बलोच पाकिस्तानी फौज को अटैक कर रहा है वो फ्रीडम फाइटर है। यस।
अच्छा, और जो
ये मेरा आंसर
कर रहा है वो नहीं, और जो
हमें उनसे लेना देना नहीं
कर रहा है वो
हमें
आप नहीं
जंदुल्ला
करेंगे।
नहीं, एक मिनट देखिए, सुनिए। नहीं,
देखिए जंदुल्ला ने आपके
मेरा एक ही मतलब है,
4 बार में
मेरा एक ही मकसद है, जो पाकिस्तान को ठोके वो फ्रीडम फाइटर है।
हैरिस
और जो
सिंपल
वो हमारा फ्रीडम फाइटर है। जो इंडिया को ठोके
ठीक है, वो
फ्रीडम फाइटर।
बिल्कुल इसीलिए एफएटीएफ की ग्रेड लिस्ट में
अफजल गुरु हो,
इसीलिए एफएटीएफ की ग्रेड लिस्ट।
Let's go back to the issue, Gaurav. 1 minute. Let's go back to the issue. Gaurav, you see, in October last year, Brigadier Nawaz, 1 minute. I'm bringing back to the issue. See, the problem with you people. Now listen to me, Brigadier Nawaz. Respectfully, I'm telling you. You see, please understand the reality. Any person who runs away from the reality gives himself a wrong impression. He is living in what is called a virtual hallucination. मैं नहीं चाहता आप hallucinate करें. You realize, see, you are a country dependent on America because you are and you will be dependent on America. China कुछ देने वाला नहीं है आपको. Today you are running from UAE to Saudi Arabia कि थोड़े पैसे दे दो, China का interest वापस देना है. भाई क्यों? Chinese इतने अच्छे दोस्त हैं आपके, तो सूद क्यों मान रहे हैं? One minute. Listen to me properly, please. If the Chinese are such great friends of yours, why are they not giving you any more money? आप तो कह रहे थे endless पैसा आएगा. We have such a good relation. What, they've stopped giving you any money. You don't even have money to pay your interest of part of your loan. 1/4 of your loan उसका interest देने को नहीं है. और इमरान खान कह रहे हैं हर बार मैं हर 2 हफ्ते, every 2 weeks I get globally humiliated. My question to you is, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen now. Listen here. You thought, Omar, chill, no. Omar, you thought you'll blackmail the Americans. Listen. Fact of Americans have gone.
What blackmail?
I'll tell you, you're a country of blackmailers. Now nobody gives a damn for you. Even the Taliban doesn't give a damn for you. Brigadier Nawaz, listen, let me complete my point. Why are you not letting me complete my point? Okay, here's the
Chinese.
Oh, they talk all the time together, you know, these Pakistanis, you know.
Come on.
I'm talking to Brigadier Harris Nawaz. Brigadier Nawaz, please come into the debate with Captain Alok Bansal. Captain Bansal, I'm making my point. Don't give background music, Omar.
उसके बारे में क्या कहें?
Okay.
वो भी
ओमर ये डिसाइड कर लो कि तुम्हारे आपको मेजर गौरव है कि चाइनीज हैं. ये डिसाइड कर लो तुम्हारा आपको कौन है, मेजर गौरव आर्या कि चाइनीज.
Okay, thank you.
Don't be confused about your father.
I'm getting Brigadier Harris Nawaz. Brigadier Harris Nawaz, my point to you is, why doesn't he keep quiet? Why is he behaving like that?
No.
Okay, Brigadier Harris Nawaz is debating with Alok Bansal. Brigadier Harris Nawaz, my point to you is that you are totally dependent on the Americans because of 2 reasons. One, the pipeline from China is not happening. They are not giving you the money. I first want Alok Bansal to tell you the reality. Alok Bansal, please tell him that the Chinese are not giving them the money even to pay their interest. What is the indication there? They still believe the Chinese love them. Can you tell him the reality?
Chinese have never given them anything for free. In fact, even today, Imran Khan's government has said that they will borrow $5 billion again. They are borrowing, they are seeking. They say we'll go and beg from Chinese $3 billion. We'll take $2 billion from Russia and Kazakhstan. And they say they are not dependent on US. The number of times Pakistan has gone to IMF could be a world record. And most of these programs have never been completed. They have remained incomplete. Even today, they have been seeking loan from IMF. Only when IMF has rejected. Now they are seeking loan from Saudi. They initially tried Saudi Arabia, Qatar.
Okay, 1 minute.
Now they are going to China.
Brigadier Harris Nawaz, do you accept that you're financially dependent on the Americans, which is why today, even when they're asking your envoy to go away because of his terrorist connections, you are still begging the Americans? And by the way, who's that foreign minister of yours, Shah Mahmood Qureshi? In October, he wrote a letter which got leaked in which he was begging, pathetically begging the Americans that please establish contact with me. You remember? You need the Americans.
It's a state drama. He never wrote. He is a very honorable person. Number 2, we are not dependent on
Americans. He wants to become the Prime Minister.
We have not pushed whether President Biden talked
to our Prime Minister or not. We have not asked him.
We are pursuing an independent foreign policy, and that is the pain your country.
What independent foreign policy?
Because you people are licking the boots of Americans. That's the reason.
Have you ever criticized what's happening in India?
Kick in Ladakh.
Okay, here's a question. Tell me one thing. Tell me. See, can I ask you something, Mr. Yaqub and Shazia? Tell me one thing. You know, Pakistanis, Mr. Yaqub, have a bad habit. When they buy something, they don't pay for it. Normally, most civilized people कुछ खरीदते हैं तो उसका पैसा देना पड़ता है. हाँ? आपकी आदत ये हो गई है कि आपको सब कुछ फ्री का माल चाहिए. आप सुनिए इधर. You have $3.5 billion of imports from America. Now, let me tell you the reality, Mr. Yaqub. $3.5 billion of imports from America. You need this, but you have to pay for it also. Now, suppose you can't pay for it, but you need it. And your ambassador also is a terrorist. तो TV channel में आके कहना बड़ी बड़ी बातें अलग बात है, but जब Americans give you the boot, you will have to listen to them. ये सब ड्रामा नहीं चलेगा. शाजिया, ये Mr. Yaqub must understand it. Mr. Yaqub, आप समझ रहे हैं ना मेरी बात? You have $3.5 billion. उसका you don't have the money to pay for it.
Yeah, there's never a free lunch.
There's no free lunch.
True, and you know.
Chinese पैसे नहीं दे रहे, पैसे नहीं हाथ में. सऊदी अरब से जितना borrow करना था हो गया. अब import से अमेरिका से आपका चलने वाला नहीं है. Do you think Americans ऐसे pressure डाल रहे हैं आपको? आपकी हालत जो है ना पूरी दुनिया जानती है. The whole world knows your situation today.
देखिए, मेरी इकोनॉमिक सिचुएशन जो है ना वो आपका मसला नहीं है। मेरे घर में खाने के पैसे नहीं है, वो आपका मसला नहीं है।
खाने के बिग एडमिशन, घर में खाने पैसे नहीं है। गुड एडमिशन, थैंक यू।
हमारे लिए मसला बन रहा है, बिल्कुल। और उसके वजह से आपने जो आपकी जो दुकान है, नहीं, क्योंकि मसला है आपके लिए, इसीलिए आपकी दहशतगर्दी आपकी इकोनॉमी है, इसीलिए वो हमारे लिए परेशानी का सबब है। बिल्कुल, आपकी इकोनॉमी हमारे लिए परेशानी का सबब है, क्योंकि आप लोगों ने दहशतगर्दी को एक दुकान बना दिया है, क्योंकि आपके पास कुछ और तरीका नहीं है तिजारत के लिए, इसलिए आपने उसकी तिजारत।
अब्दुल समद याकूब, मिस्टर याकूब,
इंडिया ने $1 अरब यूके से कर्जा लिया, उसके बस गोल्ड दिया। मतलब आप आज आकर थोड़ा सा
आपका आर्थिक और
थोड़ा सा पैसा आ गया तो आप समझ गई हैं कि पता नहीं कि आप क्या
फिक्र के सबब है। उसके वजह से ही आपकी हालत जो है दुश्वारी हो रही है हमारी, और उसी की वजह से लगातार आप लोग दहशतगर्दी की तरफ ना सिर्फ भाग रहे हैं, बल्कि उसके आप आगोश में हैं और पूरी तरह से आप उसे सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, और उसके अलावा आपके पास कुछ बचा नहीं है। तो आप समझिए आपकी इकोनॉमी हमारे लिए बहुत फिक्र की बात है।
Now your all neighbors are left you, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, everybody is isolated from you. Now you are isolated in this region. Everybody is left because you have been forcing them economically. You put your weight on them, but I think they have all gone to a China side. This is the time you have lost everything.
They don't hide the terror.
You are highly embarrassing country now. You have not delivered Americans. You are Chinese have given you a kick onto your soldiers. You can't deliver them in South China Sea. God group, you have been a failure. So now is the time. I think stop licking American boots. They will never support you.
My suggestion to you, my suggestion, Brigadier Aris Nawaz, as your well-wisher, my suggestion is, before it becomes more embarrassing for you, whatever his name is, this terrorist Masood, you call him back, bhai. You are getting embarrassed every day. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on.